going strong, and it's pretty amazing. Earlier this evening, no smoke, no problems, and then all of a sudden it just seemed, just around almost 9 o'clock, it just really pushed into the metro area.
Yeah, and it just took that little shift in the winds from south to more westerly, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. It just happened a little bit later today, and thankfully when it did, the winds have calmed down, so we're not getting as much smoke moving in, but it's still smoky out there, and it's still dangerous for those of you, especially with those of you sensitive to the smoke or with asthma or anything like that. So here's a look at a picture actually sent in from just west of Albuquerque along Route 66. Tommy sent this in just before sunset, showing that smoke moving in. Most of the day, Grant's really getting the worst of it, but now some of that smoke is starting to move into our area. This is a look at the visible satellite. This is actually snapshots taken from space, and the Wallow Fire here, you can see the smoke plume staying mainly to our west. Here's Albuquerque right here. So most of that, again, impacting Grants and much of western New Mexico, and actually you can see a little bit of smoke from the Horseshoe Fire, not as big, down in southern Arizona, and some of that smoke actually moving our way. So we could have gotten a little bit of that earlier this afternoon, but now that the winds have switched from the south and are more westerly, we're starting to get some of that smoke here in the metro area. So we are going to have to deal with that, and once it moves in, as it continues to move in overnight tonight and those temperatures continue to drop, it's going to get locked in here. So tomorrow morning will be a very smoky start, much like it was earlier this morning. Visibility, as you can see, has been reduced in the last hour from 10 miles to 3 miles, and again, that's dangerous for mainly those of you sensitive to the smoke, but then once it gets down to 2 miles, that's when it's going to be dangerous for everyone. 82 degrees right now, winds out of the west at 6 miles per hour. So the winds have calmed down, and the good news is as we head into the weekend, the winds will be a lot lighter. As far as the moisture is concerned, we saw a little lingering moisture over in the eastern part of the state, and that did spark a few thunderstorms earlier this evening and late this afternoon. Most of those are dying down. Lovington, Hobbs still seeing a little bit of shower activity. Carlsbad, you got quite a bit of rain, but now you're drying on out. And then up in the northeast, we're starting to see the shower activity that was in Tucumcari earlier cross over into Texas and really start to diminish. So here's a look at the weather pattern. Skies mostly clear other than the smoke for tonight. So we are going to continue to see those skies clear on out. Less moisture this weekend. May see an isolated thunderstorm central or west, but that's going to be about it. And again, the trend is going to be for those winds to die down, but it's still going to be pretty hazy through the weekend, with the worst of it moving in during the overnight hours. Temperature-wise, 70s and 80s out there, still at 93 in Hobbs, so quite warm, and it is going to be another warm weekend. North and west, a chilly start for you in Durango, 30s for you, 50 in Farmington, and then highs in the 80s and 90s this afternoon. We're going to be looking at temperatures staying in the 80s and 90s going into the weekend, with the weather a little unsettled for the Four Corners. You may be looking at a chance for a few spot thunderstorms Saturday and especially on Sunday. South and west mostly sunny and warmer with highs in the 90s. Silver City looking at the chance for a few spot storms Sunday and Monday. South and east mostly sunny and hot with highs in the mid-90s. A little less wind, so good news there, and then more sunshine next week, so back to that dry weather pattern. And boy, is it going to be hot Wednesday and Thursday, triple-digit heat in Roswell. North and east partly cloudy and warmer. Key phrase there, less wind tomorrow, so that's going to be nice. There's a chance for a few spot thunderstorms this weekend. Highs for Las Vegas in the mid-80s. Northern mountains partly cloudy with highs in the 80s. 90s for Espanola, Santa Fe. 90 tomorrow, upper 80s this weekend. And just a chance for a few spot thunderstorms. No washout though, so just small chances for that. East mountains hazy and warmer with highs in the middle and upper 80s. And for the metro, we're looking at highs in the low 90s. Less wind tomorrow afternoon, so that will be nice. Still hot though in the low 90s. And then a slight chance for a few spot thunderstorms Sunday and into Monday. So that smoke is going to continue to build in tonight. It'll probably move on out tomorrow afternoon, much like today, and then kind of stick around as we get through the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Kristen.